Okay guys, this is just a quick review. My thoughts and opinions on the Arrama Granite BLX now that I've owned it for a couple of weeks now and drove it and kind of got a feel of how it drives and what all it's capable of. We'll go ahead and get the transmitter out of the way first and hopefully you can see this pretty clear. You do have a foam wheel, which is always good. I like a foam wheel. You get your on-off switch here, and you have your antenna there. I rarely use this antenna. I always pretty much keep it down unless I'm really doing some speed runs where I'm going to be going off and some very far distances. But then you have in here some settings. You got your steering trim, throttle trim, and your steering dual rate, bind button, and your reverse switches here. One thing I do like about this transmitter, you turn it on, you can see these two bright LEDs through the plastic here, so that's always good, especially if you're like me and you sometimes forget to turn your transmitter off. This right here will let you know that it's still on. Transmitter's good. I have not had an issue with it, and it does take 4 AA batteries. It is 2.4 gigahertz. Now the truck, what can I say about this truck other than the fact that I love it? It is amazing. It's a 2-wheel drive brushless system, 2S or 3S. I haven't ran it on 3S yet. Mainly just been running it on 2S. There are adjustable body posts here, front and rear. The cool thing about these Arrama vehicles is you can load the battery here from the bottom. And we have this pin here that comes out, and this little post that comes out, and this holds the battery in place. And then it kind of drops down like that from the bottom. You put your battery through there and you feed it through this hole so that you can plug it up here in the top here. It is cool that you can load the battery from the bottom. That is a neat feature, but it does kind of what can we say, defeat the purpose, because I mean, once you get the battery in through the bottom, you still got to plug it up here. I mean, you got your on and off switch down here, which is good as well, but there's also a downside to this too, because driving this truck in high grass or any kind of terrain where there's bumps, hills, sticks, anything that might hit this switch, it will turn your truck off. It hasn't been that big of a deal for me. It's happened maybe once or twice, but just so you know, it can and maybe might, depending on where you're driving, happen. So if you hit something and it hits this switch and it turns your truck off, just be aware of that. Out of the box, I haven't had any issues. The shocks are really good. ESC's been really good. It's got a built-in fan. Brushless motor here, and it is a 3600 kV 4-pole brushless motor. Of course, you have your wheelie bar here, and it is adjustable, kind of like the Traxxas wheelie bars. This comes in good handy because with the power of this truck, you will almost always wheelie, and it does wheelies pretty good. The tires are really good. These are D-boot all-terrain tires. They feel really good. They work really good. They grip the terrain really good. Haven't had an issue with that. The aluminum around here, around the chassis, is also there for protection. It works really good. Haven't had anything break. I've flipped it, I've cartwheeled it, I've crashed it, I've nosedived it. Haven't had really any kind of issues as far as any kind of breakages. Now that, not to say that nothing will break, but so far haven't had any problems. Drives really good. Out of the box, the settings are set pretty good. It's, pinion gear is pretty flush and set correctly. Slipper clutch, again, out of the box, set really good. I really like this truck a lot, guys. I've had nothing but fun out of it, no issues. These rims look pretty cool. Now I did, out of the box, when I did my maiden run, have an issue where one of these wheels came off. I think it was the front right wheel over here had came off, and that's kind of my bad, because you know, you should always check your wheel nuts, make sure they're tight, because they can loosen in shipping. You know, you never know. I did look over the entire truck before I drove it. The shocks were good, everything was good, but I just neglected to check the wheel nuts here, and it did result in a crash and one of the wheels coming off. I lost one of the wheel nuts, but it was no big deal. I had a spare, so no problem. The truck, to me, guys, it's worth every penny. I really like it a lot. The transmitter's good. Range issues with the transmitter's good. Truck drives great. Love the tires. I mean, very rarely you get stock tires that are actually this good, and I like them a lot. They serve the purpose. They do what they're meant to do. They grip the terrain. This is one of those wheelie kings. I mean, this thing will wheelie, and it does it really good. I mean, I'm impressed. I like it a lot. I'm glad I bought the truck. If you're at all interested in the Arrama Granite BLX, I say go for it. You can't go wrong. It's a really good truck. So with that being said, guys, hopefully this review was informative. You learned something. And if you're on the fence about getting this truck, I say go for it. It's a really good truck. You'll like it a lot, and it has a lot of power. It goes pretty fast. I mean, out of the box, 40 miles an hour maybe with a 2S. God knows how fast with a 3S. And I guess that's pretty much it, guys. It's a good truck. I like the way it looks. It drives great, and hopefully this helped you make a decision if you're on the fence about buying it. So this is it for this video, guys, and we will see you next time. I'll probably be doing some more run videos with this truck outside in the backyard, maybe doing some ramp jumps just to see how it controls in the air with the throttle and the brake. But anyway, it's an overall good truck. I like it a lot. Nothing really negative about it that I can think of. One other thing I should mention though, this truck has dog bones in the rear here, which I think is good. They work great. They haven't broken on me yet, and I wish a lot more RTRs would, you know, come out of the box with some kind of metal drive shafts or dog bones or anything, you know, other than plastic, so that we're not constantly replacing them. But that is also a very good point with this truck. Metal dog bones, can't go wrong. Anyway, guys, this is it. This is all I got for this video. Stay tuned. We've got more videos coming up. I'll probably have some heli and quad videos now that it's nice outside. So look forward to that. Subscribe, comment, rate, do your thing, and we'll see you next time.